Imagine a professional assassin deliberately enters the world's most dangerous prison for a special mission. Whether he can escape or not, that's something you'll discover as the story unfolds. The story begins with a man named Arthur Bishop who lives alone on his boat by the sea. One morning, after finishing his coffee, he steps out and activates a bomb attached to the boat, his unique way of preventing theft. Then he rides his bike to a nearby restaurant. Everyone there already knows him, and the waiter offers him his usual seat by the water. Just then, a woman sits in front of him and says she's been looking for him for a long time. She tells him that her boss wants him to eliminate 3 targets, but each death must look like an accident. She knows this won't be difficult for Bishop, as he's one of the best in the business. But when Bishop refuses, she threatens to expose him, revealing that he had previously faked his death to escape the police. Bishop quickly notices that several men are watching him from a distance. He calmly takes out his phone and snaps a photo of the woman. As she reaches for her gun, Bishop attacks her. The men rush toward him, but he defeats them one after another with precision and skill. Seeing more goons approaching, Bishop jumps from the wall and grabs onto a cable car, moving along the line. The woman and her men chase after him and enter the cable car, searching for him inside. But Bishop was already on the roof. When she fires her gun upward, Bishop jumps off just in time and lands on a parachute. That night, as Bishop returns to his boat, he spots 2 men waiting for him. Without hesitation, he pulls out his phone and detonates the bomb, destroying the boat completely. Afterward, he reaches a cargo dock, opens a shipping container, and burns his passports and documents, erasing every trace of his identity once again. Bishop then travels to an island in Thailand, where he meets a woman he knows, the owner of a small seaside hotel. She takes him to a room where Bishop retrieves a hidden bag from a secret compartment. Inside are several phones, weapons, and passports. Using one of the phones, he begins investigating the woman in the photograph he had taken earlier, soon discovering that she works for a man named Crane. Meanwhile, a woman named Gina arrives at the hotel, asking the owner for medicine. The owner notices that Gina's arms are covered with bruises, as if she's been beaten badly. Though the owner offers to help, Gina refuses and leaves, saying she only needs the medicine. That night, the hotel owner sees a boat anchored nearby. On board, a man is assaulting a woman. Alarmed, she rushes to Bishop and asks him to help. Without hesitation, Bishop boards the boat and confronts the man, saying, "Let this girl go." The victim turns out to be Gina. The man ignores Bishop's warning and pulls out a gun. Bishop reacts instantly. He disarms him, fights him hand to hand, and kills him. He then tells the hotel owner to take Gina back to safety. Then he searched the boat. While searching, Bishop finds Gina's passport and her phone. To his surprise, the phone contains his photograph. Realizing something is wrong, Bishop blows up the boat to erase any evidence and returns to the hotel. There, he demands answers. He asks Gina why she has his picture and if she also works for Crane. Terrified, Gina explains that Crane is threatening her. Everything that happened, the meeting, the setup, even the assault, was part of Crane's plan to make Bishop come to her. Gina's only mission was to meet him, call a number, and wait for further orders. Bishop learns that Gina runs a shelter for orphaned children who are being targeted by human traffickers. Crane had used those children to control her, threatening to kill them if she didn't cooperate. Soon after, Bishop notices a boat approaching the island, carrying several men. He realizes they're Crane's men, watching from a distance. To protect Gina, Bishop tells her to pretend they are close so Crane doesn't grow suspicious. As they talk, Bishop reveals that he too was once an orphan. He and Crane were taken in by the same criminal gang who trains child soldiers. Bishop managed to escape that life, but Crane didn't. And for that, Crane had always hated him. As they both share their stories, their bond grew stronger, and they end up getting naughty. Determined to help Gina, Bishop devises a plan for her to escape. He gives her his watch, telling her it will remind her that someone is still looking out for her. The next morning, men dressed as police officers arrive on the island, but Gina recognizes one of them. He works for Crane. They aren't real cops. A fight breaks out, and while Bishop is busy taking them down, Gina is kidnapped. Left with no choice, Bishop agrees to meet Crane. When they finally come face to face, Bishop demands that he release Gina, but Crane refuses. Instead, he makes an offer. He will release Gina only if Bishop kills 3 people, making each death look like an accident. The first target is an African gangster imprisoned in one of the world's most dangerous prisons. Before sending Bishop on the mission, Crane forces him to swallow a GPS tracker so his men can trace his location. When Bishop demands proof that Gina is alive, Crane promises that after each kill, Bishop can speak to her. Once all 3 missions are complete, she'll be free. Bishop begins his first task. he discovers that the prison is built in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by cliffs and sharks. Impossible to escape. He researches several wanted criminals and chooses one to impersonate, a man with a tattoo on his face. He disguises himself, buys the supplies, and ensures his arrest looks real. The next day, the police mistake him for the wanted criminal and take him straight to the prison. Inside, Bishop observes his target, Krill, who's always surrounded by guards. Another prisoner tells him Krill once assassinated the president of Liberia. When Krill is attacked again, Bishop saves his life, earning his trust. Grateful, Krill invites him for dinner. During the meal, Bishop poisons his food, and Krill dies instantly, and everyone assumes it's natural. As chaos spreads, Bishop detonates explosives hidden in the prison wall. He sprays his body with shark repellent, swallows a GPS capsule, and dives into the ocean. A nearby ship receives his signal. Crane's men rescue him, confirming the job is done. Bishop then speaks to Gina. She tells him he has only 36 hours to complete the next assassination, or she will die. The second target is Adrian Cook, a billionaire involved in human trafficking. He lives on the 58th floor of a skyscraper in Australia, protected by bulletproof walls, fingerprint scanners, and motion sensors. Bishop buys the apartment below Adrian's, duplicates the keys, and maps out the structure. Disguised as a maintenance worker, he plants glass-detonating explosives beneath Adrian's swimming pool. When Adrian enters the pool, Bishop triggers the bomb. The glass floor shatters and Adrian falls to his death. Moments later, Gina calls again. This time, she cleverly reveals the number of the boat where she's being held. Bishop immediately takes a helicopter to rescue her. He kills several of Crane's men, but is eventually captured. Crane warns him, "I'll forgive you this time, but if it happens again, Gina dies, and her death will be on you." Bishop's final target is Max Adams, a man living in a high-security facility built on a mountaintop in America. The site also serves as a submarine factory protected by heavy weapons and surveillance. Bishop has just 48 hours to complete the mission. He learns that Max has ordered a helicopter and plans to hide beneath it to infiltrate the facility. His plan works. Once inside, he jams all the security cameras, creating chaos. Guards rush Max to a safe room, but Bishop detonates an elevator to block their way. Somehow, Max reaches the secure chamber, but Bishop was already there. Instead of killing him, Bishop teams up with Max and fakes his death to deceive Crane. Their plan is simple. When Crane's men come searching for Max's body, Crane will be left alone on his boat, making him an easy target. They stage the explosion perfectly. When it goes off, Bishop rescues Max from the water and takes him to a remote island. Bishop then calls Crane and demands Gina's release. But Crane insists, "I need to see Max's body first." Bishop claims that the body is in his submarine. Crane sends his men to recover it, unaware that Bishop has planted bombs inside. As soon as they enter, Bishop detonates the explosives and eliminates them all. Watching through his surveillance feed, Crane realizes he's been outsmarted. Bishop boards Crane's yacht and takes out his guards. In the chaos, Gina is shot, and Crane activates a bomb on the boat. Bishop rushes to save her. He frees Gina and places her in an escape container that detaches from the yacht before it explodes. Then, a brutal fight erupts between Bishop and Crane. Bishop chains Crane in place as the timer reaches 0. The boat explodes in a massive blast. Later, she is seen spending time with the children she protects. Suddenly, she notices someone watching from a distance, Arthur Bishop. He survived by hiding inside a steel compartment built for emergencies. Once again, the master assassin escaped death. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next recap.